Hello, and welcome to my first solo experiment in a long time using Pixio and my AI tutor. And I am really, really excited to try this live streaming format because I have so many ideas that I want to just like do this and this and this and this. And I'm finding that as I actually stream and do things in real time, I'm forcing myself to find a better workflow. So that's what we're really focusing on. And a couple things that I want to feature are just like, what if you have that instant idea and you've got to move really fast? So I want to talk about TurboCraft in Pixio, and then MorphCraft. So TurboCraft will give us a whole bunch of images in real time, and then it'll show us the history of images, and we can download them all at the same time. MorphCraft is going to make a really simple video, pretty quickly, and then we'll see those images kind of strung together to tell a mini story. And then we're bonus tool. I'm going to throw in SongCraft because I'm a musician. I like to put music on everything. So my name is Dan Roeder. I'm a composer, performer, educator, and Pixio and AI tutor nut and aficionado. So since this is all about quick, let's just go. Let's dive in. So I've got Pixio up right here. This is the home screen. And if you just click right here at the top, we can see the different image models that are here. So many things. And I'm going to start here with just generating images. So this is where I want you to look first. I'm not going to do PictoCraft. We're looking for TurboCraft. So that's going to be right here. These are all of the different models that are just in this one umbrella product, which is like I can't even fathom. I have not even clicked on all these menus, so I'm just excited to keep exploring. But TurboCraft is, as an educator, one that I really think is powerful for classrooms because it can kind of go with you at the speed of light or at the speed of thought, So I'm going to get rid of the prompt that's in there. I'm going to put it in iterative mode because I want it to kind of read between the lines. So here's my initial spark for this idea. I was just thinking, oh my goodness, there's a really big similarity between AI and fire. If you use it the wrong way, or if you use it in a certain way, you can get burned. But it can also be a really transformational tool. So I want to create something that tells a story, especially as an educator. I'm somebody that believes in let's just show it all, show everything, and then let's teach ethical and rational and logical use of all of these different options and tools that people have. Because I find in education, we have to lead with engagement, and the best way to do that is creativity, because we're all natural-born creators. So the powerful thing about this, and let's see, I haven't even played with the audio version. I know there's a version that it's not released yet, or maybe it's just the bottom of the screen, but you can actually speak into it, and that's something that just for accessibility is pretty powerful. But I'm just going to start iterating out loud. So I'm going to say AI. And here, let's go like this. See, we're already there. We're at robots right away. AI is a lot like fire. Ooh, wow, that's epic. Use it the wrong way and you can get burned, but use it correctly. Let's see what it's doing. It's thinking. Use it correctly and it can be transformational and create beautiful. So now I'm kind of like, with my word choice, I'm like, that's a lot of skull and fire. I didn't know what this would do. This is just a thought. I can always choose a different way to go about this. Beautiful things, period. Let's see what it does. And so here you can kind of see the history. This is my progression. We went from the robot, and then there's a person. We went back to the robot, and it's on fire. So that's kind of where we're at, And this is just how it put that thought together. So now here's the magic: is we're going to be a little bit more choosy about what do we want the main theme to be. So this is what I like, just kind of like, I know what I want to say now, but I'm going to choose a very specific way to go about it. I don't want skulls. I do want iterative. I don't want skulls. I don't want fire, but I want to focus on beautiful things, right? Oh, and the letter A. That's the letter A, I guess. So I'm going to just kind of switch it around to say AI can create beautiful things. See, now that's a lot. That's a little prettier than a flaming skull robot, right? It is a lot like fire. So now I'm focusing on this positive thing in the front, and then I'm just going to say, oh, by the way, it could burn you, instead of saying like fire can burn you, right? So this is just a different way of thinking. It's a reframe. It's a lot like fire. It can be transformational. But can burn you. Let's see what it comes up with. So there's, this is a lot more thoughtful. It's not like this, we kind of arrived at a similar place because it's a very similar thought. It's going off of these large language models that are kind of looking for these synapses between different concepts and ideas. But if we look at our journey, I'm not going to download those ones, but there's a few that I really like. Like, I love that starting place. And what I really like I like that one too. I like how we jumped to like Christmas time. Let's see how that one changed. Okay, so I'm just going to go for all of them, because we have the Christmas one, we got this, and then I'll go to the very last one. So now I've got these images generated. I'm going to go grab those, and I'm actually going to feed them back into Pixio. There we go. Well, it's not letting me control click. It's being finicky. That's okay. But come on, Mac, I'm in a hurry. All right. So now one of the things that I really love and why I chose to do it this way is I want to go to this other tool, AI Tutor. And there's maybe something I'm not thinking of. Just from my own brain, I got a lot of really powerful things. But I'm just going to ask, and I'm going to choose my model. I'm going to probably go for Claude or Llama. I like Llama a lot recently, like this one, the Llama 70B chat. Let's go for that. Claude is really good though too. So we might even, I'm going to change my system prompt though. You're a friendly, helpful assistant. You are also an expert of metaphor and its application in art. We'll see what that does. So now I just want to ask it a question. How is I'm going to just spell it out. Artificial intelligence. And I spelled wrong. Apparently can't spell on the fly. Like fire. And I want to give an example. I want to kind of train it a little bit. For example, it can transform, but it can also burn. So what I'm doing is I'm essentially giving it a parallel structure of thought it can do this, but also this. And since I told it it's an expert at metaphor, we're going to see what it does. Wow, it's talking about metaphors. I'm not even going to read that because that's too much for me being quick, like on the fly. So I'm going to say, all right, can you give me 20 examples really succinctly and in a table? All right, that's better. My brain does that better. All right, so let's see what it came up with. Transforms data and it purifies metal. Ooh, whoa. Processes information, consumes fuel. This is interesting. Provides insights, illuminates darkness. Now this, this is the goosebump test. Like when I know that this just gave me goosebumps, it did. It provides insights, illuminating the darkness. So that's something I can go back with TurboCraft if I wanted to do this again. But again, this is a tutorial. I just want to kind of show you how you can, when you get stuck as a writer and as an idea generator, it's really powerful to come to AI Tutor and be like, hey, brah, what do you think about this? And then you can say, I want 20 examples. I'm going to say like, okay, can I have 20 different ones? We'll see if it, I don't think it's going to max out. Examples. And then I'm just going to be sure, same format. Cool. Yeah, fosters connection, fosters warmth. I'm just doing a spot check. Like I'm going to try and see if it's hallucinating. Unlocks hidden potential, unlocks hidden flames. Whoa. It's getting a little too parallel though in the thought. So we're losing that metaphor piece. But just to see like how powerful that can be, I'm gonna go back to Pixio, and I just want to show this final step. So I actually really like what it came up with, but I want to turn this into a video now. And so I'm gonna go down to here to videos, and we're looking for MorphCraft. This was one of my favorite ones when I first started learning how to use this. I just had like this really big panic attack, like I'm not. Like I'm muted or something. Okay, hopefully people can hear me. And if you want to ask questions in the chat, I can start toggling back and forth. Any questions or suggestions, stuff like that. But let's go back here, and I just realized I'm not sharing this screen anymore. So we want to share Pixio. We're back here. So I'm going to go, again, we were in images before. All these different image models, and then within the models within models, and then we have a video. We can create a video. I'm gonna choose MorphCraft, and so now this is where I really lean on AI Tutor because I don't know all of these things. I knew enough that I had to have like these 4 images that are going to be pretty close, so it's going to be pretty awesome. I already know that. But then I have to have a style image. So I actually want to lean away from the robots. I want to get more impressionistic. So I might try to do, I'm going to go back to images. And this is my favorite model right now is FluxCraft. There's also like Flux Turbo. I'm not there yet. Like with the whole raw thing. So baby steps. But what I love about FluxCraft, see, you can see all the things that I just made the little bumper for today in this. So you can obviously tell this is my favorite model. These are the things I like to use. But I'm going to go just to Pro 1-to-1 and then open up my settings. And now I want to have it be, I'll probably just do portrait. Let's do landscape 4x3. Because I want to make sure, there's things that'll look good on Instagram. That's one of the hardest things for me. That's my social media blindness right now. I'm Insta blind. So I'm going to turn up my guidance scale, and then I'm going to just say, I want, wait. I'm gonna show off this. See, there's so many bonus features because we're gonna add music too. This is shout out to Kurt and to the team at Tech and Schools Initiative. This Pixio prompt generator is phenomenal, and it's especially for, especially when you have a style in mind. I already said impressionistic, so I can say like Monet or something like that. But I'm gonna go flux because we're going flux, and I want it to be impressionistic. Well, no, it's already going to have impressionistic in the other prompts. So I want to really dig into what's that feeling. So the feeling that I want people to have is feeling of choice. I don't know, we'll say fate. We'll say a fateful image where we someone has to choose between. I'm going to go with one of the AI tutor prompts: darkness and light. Okay, so really simple, and this is what I'm learning. I'm kind of training the complex out of my thoughts, because I want to and that came out wrong. Maybe I'm not trying to train it out of my thoughts, but I'm trying to make it more effective. So I'm trying to extrapolate and kind of have things be not so on the nose, because if I'm doing that, then I'm not really trusting the AI to do its job. And its job is to infer these things from what we're creating. Its job is to, especially for Pixio and AI Tutor, they're meant for schools, they're meant for students. So do so in a way that is educational and informative and safe. So a fateful image where someone has to choose between darkness and light. I'm hoping that doesn't get me red carded. I don't think it will, but I'm gonna go with Monet. He is my fave. And we'll go down to impressionistic. We'll go impressionistic painting. And the subject is, I actually really want to focus on the place, because this, I want the feeling of this image or this video, whatever it is, to have this more vastness to it. If I go with person, it's going to be, very personal. The person's going to take up a lot of that aspect ratio. An object might also work for what I'm going for, but it's going to be a little bit more detached. So I'm going to lean against the robots. Sorry. But we'll go for place. And negative aspects. I don't want wildlife. I don't really want fashion, but so I think the biggest thing, I don't really want wildlife in this. I want this to be more about place, and it's just this person. It's a very romantic meets impressionistic, because the whole 19th century philosophy is like the dominance of nature over mankind, and how they're focusing on storms and the ocean, and now we're focusing on outer space. So we're kind of in a same thing. So I love this. I'm gonna just generate a prompt. Look at how beautiful this is. So this is going to give me a really good iteration of how the AI will actually use it most efficiently and really get what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to go back over here to my images. I'm going to go to Flux. And I'm just going to, here we go. And I don't have a space for a negative prompt here, which is okay. I'm going to see what happens. And I'll go the 4x3. Maybe we'll give balance a try. All right. And it doesn't really matter because it's really fast. I don't have to spend 2 minutes talking because it's done in right now. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I was live streaming that. Wow. This is it. Look at that. All right. So I'm going to download that. I'm going to put that over here. Now I think I have, this is kind of what the whole process is like in workflow. You have to know what the puzzle pieces are missing, and then find what the best pieces are. So this is like reverse puzzle making. We get to see the whole picture, and then we're going to take it apart and put the puzzle back together in a different way. So I'm going to go back to videos, MorphCraft, and here's my style. Like, I really like this style. What was it called? Image 21. Image 21, I summon thee. I actually can't even see. I need to check and see if there's anything in the chat. Oh, it's image 21 copy. Okay, cool. Let me check quick. Do we have? Oh, we have chat. Yay. Oh, Nick, you just dared me, didn't you? Okay. Oh no, I'm lagging too. That's a bummer. But yeah, I might have to. I'm gonna do my little routine that I know, and then I'll jump off the edge and try something else. But yeah, I'm gonna keep that same prompt. So that's actually a really cool feature to show. Thank you, Nick, for being here, by the way, because I need people to tell me, like, what am I missing? Because if Nick's saying you better try this, I'm like, yeah, I trust you. So now I have to find, where do I want to start? So MorphCraft essentially is telling a mini story, and it's going to have this one that starts, and then it's going to shift to the other, shift to the other, shift to the other, but then it's a loop. So this is a really wonderful way to make a GIF. I actually did something with my meditation album earlier, and I loved it. Like, it was, I had just some really cool images I didn't think would go together in an artistic way, but they did, and it worked. So if you remember, we had a lot of fire, and then we had the one that was more crystally. So I actually want to have the crystally one be in the middle, so that we're kind of going like fire to crystal to fire. And we had like the leaf branches and stuff. It's almost like the Four Seasons. So let me just pick kind of a random but not random order. I'm saying darkness into light. So let's go generation 6. You guys will see what. So I don't know if you can see that, but you'll be able to see the preview here. And then I'm gonna go with number. I'm just looking at things as like I'm looking at it like a storyboard. What would I want next on a storyboard or an animatic or something like that? So I'm gonna go 11 next. That's a cool one. Then I'm gonna go. I want this crystal one in the middle because it's the most different. So I want there to be a little bit of a, circular feeling to this. So that is number 5. I got to get better at naming conventions too, by the way. I know it. I see it. I feel it. And then number 7. So now I'm looking at number 7. We're kind of back to, oh, you know what? I'm going to switch this one and this one, because once the other one pops up, and see, here's where I have the negative prompt that was so beautifully created in the generator. Oh no, this might be okay. Okay, so I am going to. I don't actually know if it was still here. That's okay. I don't want to. Let's just say I'm going to just keep it. This is the simplest prompt I ever have written. A choice, period. So we're, fire is already in there. I already did the pre-work of getting the assets that I want to tell the story. This is going to be the style. It's a little bit more realistic than impressionistic, but I do like the fog and stuff like that. And it actually matches this style better. So I think it'll align better. Let's see. I'm going to just quickly... Yeah, I don't want to lose everything that was uploaded. All right. See if I can find it. Okay. So we'll just go like this. Wildlife. Cityscape. And so a negative prompt, if you are kind of new to this, that threw me for a long time. Just like as a special education teacher, negative reinforcement really threw me. But like for negative reinforcement, it's basically taking something out of the environment that is annoying. So you're like making something better by taking it away. You're removing it, right? So the example is like a seatbelt. If you are not wearing your seatbelt when you start the car, you're going to hear this ding, 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 ding. And then when you put the seatbelt on, it stops. That's negative reinforcement. So negative prompting is a lot like that. So I'm saying, I want this beautiful thing, but the thing that would make it the ugliest is wildlife and cityscapes. I'm going to say ugliness. I don't know. The things you don't want in here. And you don't have to say like, no wildlife, cut out the cityscapes. It's in the negative prompt box. So the program already knows like, okay, they don't want that. Cool. And now this is what I'm going to go back to my friend. No, I know what to do with the images. Oh, come on. There we go. That's fine. I'm going to go back to my friend AI Tutor, and I do this all the time. All the time. So I'm going to say, I'm going to give it the context of this and say, okay, so I love these, and I'm making some artwork in Pixio. I need some help determining what certain settings do. And then I give them the settings. So, see what they say. And AI Tutor is usually pretty good about this. Oh, thank you, AI Tutor. So the mode, generate small images. That's obvious. Checkpoint. Styles the image to look photorealistic. Okay. Ooh. This one's important. I really have to pay attention to the checkpoint. I already know aspect ratio. That's pretty benign in this case. The seed is, I'm going to talk about in a sec. But the checkpoint, I don't want it to be realistic. I want it to be a little bit more dreamy. So I'm probably, I don't want to like roll the dice. I might go with illustrated. So this is fun. This is why we ask questions, right? Asking questions is okay. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to pick the mode and, So I'm going to go upscaled and interpolated. That's like the best. But my checkpoint is the big one. I'm going to go illustrated and I think it's going to look pretty cool. Aspect ratio. I already chose 1:1. I have aspect ratios all over the place. I wasn't super responsible. I'm going to go with, I think it was the 4:3 with these images. It's going to do a lot better with generating and stitching them together. So this right here, I'm actually going to ask. People talk about control net all the time, but I've never asked that question. I don't even know what it is. So I'm okay saying that. So I'm going to ask AI Tutor, and hey, what is control net? See, I feel more comfortable asking the void and like on a public live stream than sometimes asking in class. Something I'm working on. What is control net? How does it relate to seeds? So a seed is going to be like the information that you start with. It's saying like, I don't want you to search the whole universe and the whole world and everything that existed ever for all time. I want to give you this little place to start with. That's a seed. And then that's where the ideas grow from. See, what does AI Tutor say? A seed is a random value used to initialize a generative model. Well, that too. So it's looking for consistency. In art, we have unity, consistency, form, all of these different things, but it's really the consistency, that makes it feel stable. And if you are not consistent. There are so many beautiful forms of art where they defy that. They're like, I want to make people uncomfortable. So I want to have like a picture of an elephant followed by a picture of a banana, and then followed by a video of a small person, like a child blowing bubbles or something like that. So I don't know. Yeah, it's just a choice. This is all about making choices, but then knowing what the choices are and what they will do. That gives us a lot of power as artists. So it's not like we're just hitting a button and saying like, "Oh, look how amazing it is." No, it takes a lot more choices than that. All right, control net. It's a technique that provides additional guidance to the AI model, as mentioned earlier. Next time. I don't have the capacity for control net right now, but that's okay. I do want to see if I can find a seed. So let me just open up another browser. I don't want to like lose all the things, because sometimes if I accidentally hit a back button, then it's like all gone because it's a website. It's that's how websites work. But I want to make sure I can go back and get the seed. So I'll show this on screen right after we're done. I just want to make sure I have it. I'm going to go and get the seed for my image. So I want to kind of live in that world, but I told it I want it to be an illustrated version of that seed. So this is how all of these things really kind of play together. So that was in Flux. And then I'll check back for comments because, okay, so that is seed 814845. All right, so I have the magical seed number. 814845. All right, now let's start this cooking, and then I'll come back and I'll attend to my audience. Yay, Nick! I am trying FluxCraft next. Oh, I love coming back there because then I keep forgetting I want to share this tab instead. So this is what's cooking. That's what we're working on. And yeah, I'm excited to start doing things like this because I just absolutely love this whole AI world. And also, mixing it with this streaming that I've discovered, I also really like creating on the fly and then having content that can live on, but I don't have to go back to it except to like comment on it and, check up on things. I edit so much already for the work I do with the foundation. I am finding workflows that I don't have to, spend so much of my day editing. Which is great. I think, the more efficient we can all make our workflows, the more time we have for humaning, which is very important. And I think this is pushing. I have probably six Chrome windows, 6 Chrome tabs open. So I'm probably taxing my CPU right now a lot. Let's check on what's cooking, see if anything's come out yet. Nope, it's still cooking. But it's fun to show the whole journey. I hope it's fun to see the whole journey, but I'm having fun. So I hope anybody. There's 22 people here watching this, so hopefully you're having some sort of fun. And let me just kind of tell you what this is again. This is my AI tutor and Pixio, my new obsessions, and it's a pretty incredible model for. Especially an art-based company, and we're combining art with technology for schools. So it's already a super specific niche, but the way they do it and the way they manage all of these partnerships, they have so many probably all of the big players in AI working together, in this beautiful ecosystem of tools. Between Pixio and my AI tutor. So we'll always be a fan, and really excited to see how this MorphCraft video comes out. I'm actually, that's cooking. I mean, not that I can, not that I'm taxing my computer enough as it is, But while we're waiting for that, let's go over to make some music. This happens very fast. It's surprisingly fast. And then we can check back on how our video is doing in a sec. Actually, let me ask Nick, do you think this is insane if I do two things at once? I've done it before, but is there any reason I shouldn't? I think it'll be fine. All right. So I just want to have, I'll just fill in these boxes. I won't make it like work at the same time. I think it won't be taxing on Pixio or my AI tutor at all. I mean, but I'm just worried about my computer. She's getting a little up there in computer years. Computer years is like a decade a year. So, yeah, and she's in her 70s. But that's okay. I mean, she's still spry. All right. So we're going to do an epic instrumental that starts softly and continually grows. So I have had so much luck with, not luck, strategy with putting all the feelings into this describe the song box. That's what it's here for. And then teaching myself not to put feelings here. This is very technical in the style once we get down here. But I always also use custom fields. I never use like the theme, tone, or genre that they want. And so this is music generation. And I just want to create a little mini film score for this MorphCraft video that I'll post later. And so I'm going to go, the theme I want to be, I want to riff on that choice, like we're making a choice. The theme is fate. That's the theme right there. The tone is going to be nervous, tension. And then the genre is going to be film. And then here I'm just going to put bracket instrumental. Bracket. Then it doesn't really care. So now I just go down here and I'm going to say I want it to be instrumental. I found that it is really good to put that back here. And then the way that I found this works best is saying instrumental. And then it's like, okay, we're going to get rid of anything with vocals. Like first thing. Then it's we want to do instrumentation next. So then I separate by commas the instruments I want to hear. I'm going to say orchestra. Taiko drums is one I always like to add, but I'm going to we'll just say epic drums. So we can add that, kind of flavor, but it's not really saying like bombastic, fear-inducing drums, that kind of thing. If I wanted that feeling, I'd put that up here. So I want it to build to epic drums. We'll see what happens. It usually does a pretty good job. I also, since I did tell it, it's going to start soft, I'm going to put them in order, in chronological order, just to make sure. So I'm going to start with light piano, then I'm going to move to harp, then strings, then orchestra, epic drums. I think that'll be good. If you put too many things in this box, it's like, no, that's too much. Like, what are you making? Like you can't just open the cupboards and throw everything in a pot. So then I'm going to hit optimize tags, and I always like to see what it does because it's going to order things in the way that is the most optimal. You don't have to push that button, but I like to push the button. So it's an instrumental. It's epic, dramatic. I didn't have that in there before. And so the dramatic is how it interpreted my word dynamic. Orchestral, anthemic. Ooh, atmospheric, cinematic, majestic, symphonic. Okay, I'm sold. All right, we'll call this The Choice. And then we're going to start that cooking. We'll check our other oven. Oh, I think it's done cooking. Whoa! Dude, Nick, I didn't know you had different options. I haven't done this in a while with MorphCraft. This already looks stunning. Uh, Nick, Ross, Alisher, what? Okay. All right, let's watch these. Oh no, am I frozen? I'm frozen. I may have played with too much fire. If it crashes, I'll post the video. If you can still hear me. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. If you can hear me, clap 3 times. Okay, hopefully this is still working. I don't know. We'll see. If this does cut out though, because I am kind of taxing my computer right now, I'll be back. Oh, the music's already done. All right, we've cooked everything. So right now, let's watch these videos. Oh my goodness. That's incredible. All right. Nice. Okay, next. Let's see what this one. I really like what it does. You know, it's taking that crystal shape and it's making it made it just more into a texture, which is really interesting. Let's get a little preview of this one. Okay, so this is gonna be the best looking one, right? So this is like the low grade. This is the little upgrade. This is kind of the bigger upgrade, and this is the most amazing thing you've ever seen. Maybe. But it makes it the interpolation makes it crisper. It makes it just make more sense, and you'll notice a big difference. So it showed me each of those 4 examples, right? But see how much smoother this is. That's beautiful. All right. Yeah, I definitely like the interpolated one. That is gorgeous. All right. So do that. And then we're gonna go check the music. I'm gonna close I'm gonna close that oven because it'll give me some CPU back. All right, let's hear how these are. I like that. I mean, I always like to kind of spot check them, but you have to kind of let them download a little bit, at least buffer. So I'll give that a second to buffer. I'll try and scrub a little bit. I'm curious to see what the end sounds like, how epic it gets. Okay, I like it. I like it. Yeah, and I only really need like what 7 seconds or 11 seconds or something. I think 7 seconds. So let's hear what this one sounds like. That we get like we A/B testing built into the app. Oh, I like that one better already. Starting with that ominous basses. I think this is gonna be the one. All right, let's do some spot checking. That went backwards. It's still downloading the first one. I'm just gonna trust it. I'm gonna go with this one, and I'm gonna say I want this one. All right, so I think that downloaded. Yep, it's called The Choice. All right, so I'm gonna probably just end right about here, because this was all the creative work that we were doing, and so now, oh, am I totally frozen?